Hey guys, and how's it going? Maniac Mower here. We got something new here recently. No, it's not a tractor. And I'm going to tell you guys about it. We got a pool. It's one of them above ground pools that you install and it stays in there. It stays in the ground all year long. It's not an in-ground pool, actually. It's an above ground pool. They delivered it today. We bought it a few months ago. Actually, we ordered it last month and they were backed up on them. So we waited. It's July 15th. So they delivered it today. We're going to get it put in tomorrow. And I'm not sure how long it's going to take them. They delivered it in a van. I didn't get any pictures of it. So I took the truck out and I unloaded it into the truck to make it a little bit easier to move it. So when they come around tomorrow, we'll grab the truck and we'll take it out there and we'll go take it to them to install. Problem with my backyard is, I'll take you back here and show you here later, but it's, we have a swamp right by us. I know you guys have probably seen it in the videos, but there's our load, as you can see. Short bed problems. So that's what we've got right now. Just figured I'd show you guys a before scene of everything that we've got for it. We're going to do a video of them putting it in. Of course, I am going to ask them if it's okay with them if I film them doing it. If not, then you guys won't see this video. So let's go on ahead and let's get onto it. Okay, so this is my backyard. I know I've shown it off in the videos before. There's really not much to look at back here, as you all can see. It's just kind of a swamp and a little fire pit over there and my garden. So right here, there's a few spots we were thinking of putting this pool. This was one of them. We had a guy come over here today who helped build the house, and he dug the septic out back here, the leach bed. This is all the leach bed back here. They wanted to put our house back further than what it is now. We already don't have much of a backyard because of the house. We have a pretty big front yard. And so this right here would be where the pump is for this part, for where I'll show you guys. I'll try to get a better shot of it. This right here. That right there would be the center of it. And this would be the 12 foot. This is 12 foot right here. That would be, right there would be where we put the pump. So the pump would run, the cord would run from there up to the house. For those of you wondering, I'm using my phone. I'm not using my camera. That's why it's different. This right here, over there is our box for the leach lines. And right here, this flagged line, that is one of the lines. There's 3 lines back here. That's one of them. There's another one over there, and then one that goes off that direction. I'm not quite sure where, but he said you can tell where the grass is. I'm not going to show you inside of there. I'm sure you don't want to see. But you can see from the grass line in the yard. I keep my yard mowed, so you can't really see it too well, but looking at the yard, see the brighter green? That's the line right there. That's the first one. This is the second one over here, this bright green. And then the third one goes over there, if I'm correct. I thought it went over here, but maybe not. Another spot. Now here's the problem with this spot. This spot would be absolutely perfect because we were going to put a deck off the house right there where that staircase is. The only issue with that spot right there is, as you can see, this is a hill. Now on the camera, I'm looking at it right now and it looks a lot bigger, a lot steeper than it is in person. It's not as bad as it looks, you know, but I mean, it is pretty steep. But and they're only taking so much off the top, and then that's how much they'll do, and then you have to put a retaining wall. I don't think it's deep enough to the point where we're going to have to put a retaining wall down, you know, but I'm not sure. But that's spot one. Spot two for the pool is over here. Now, both pools are out 12 foot. Keep that in mind. This is before we put down the pool. This is before we have the pool put down. Here's spot number two. Now, here's the problem with spot two. Right there's where the pump would be coming off of the pool. And then it's got to go over there to that plug on our little pad. Right here would be the center. The problem with this spot right here, this is flat. Number one, that's the swamp. This here is flat. Okay? This would be the best spot for it, but if it wasn't for that burn pit right there, we'd be able to put it here. So ideally and probably realistically, we're gonna have to put it over here in this spot. You guys will end up, we'll see what the plan is here come tomorrow when we put the pool in. We're just kind of planning it out right now. I'm almost tempted to go in there and get the Bobcat, bring it out here and just start digging this up, get it level, to save us some money. Now, I was told the footer for the house, I'm not 100% sure. This house was built 5 or 6 years ago. Might be longer than that. So I don't quite remember where the footer of the house is, but I know it's down there. And supposedly the gutter lines go 6 inches out from the house, which I think on this house, if I remember correctly, when they first put them in, they had it right up against the footer of the house, and it's a flat line, and it's down there at the base of the, I don't think it's buried over here. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I'll have to cut this part when I get on the computer. Over here, I think you guys can see what, maybe not. I know there's a spot on the house where it's exposed, but it's over here somewhere along this line of the house, and right there's the pad. I think that's about it over here. And then here's our little garden. As you all can see, I'm getting some tomatoes. I ate my first tomato today. It was good. So, I'm happy. I got another one down there I need to pick. But, so, let's go on ahead. Tomorrow, next time you guys see this, we're going to be working on this pool. So let's go on ahead, I guess, and let's get started on it.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Catch me howling at the moon.
Okay, so right here we're taking a look at the pool. We're doing some work on getting this dirt pile taken care of. As you guys can see, I'm going off with the Bobcat, and I'm taking the dirt and I'm moving it from one place to the other. When they were putting all the dirt out for the pool, I was doing this then. That's why there's already a pile over there, but I was asked to stop while they were putting the liner in because they like to be able to hear it as they're putting it in, which I understand that. I asked their guy, and you'll see me show it here soon. I asked him for some tips and tricks. I asked him how long he's been a skid steer operator. He said he's been running one since 05. And I asked him, I said, do you have any tips for a beginner like me who's not very good at, who knows, and who has an idea on what they're doing when a skid steer, but doesn't really have an idea what they're doing when it comes to a skid steer? He told me, he gave me some advice. I'll let you guys see it when I start to demonstrate it. Basically, what I'm going to do here is, here in a little bit, you're going to see me start to back drag. See how I've got the pile right there? I'm only going for one side. You can see right now I'm starting to back drag. That's one thing he was telling me about I would be better off doing right there. Now, no matter who you are or how much experience you have, you can always take advice. It never hurts to get advice from somebody on how to do something, because you can never learn too much. So, just figured I'd give you guys this voiceover. I wanted to try this style try this style video. I've seen it done before. But yeah, as you can see here, I am back dragging that again, taking it back over to the pile. At one point, this is a 100-year-old farm that we're working on, and at some point there was a chicken coop right here where we're putting this pool. Now, when we built the house, we thought they raked everything out and got everything out of here like they were supposed to, but apparently we didn't get back this far, and there was a chicken coop buried back here. We did find some really cool old stuff. We found an axe handle, a stone axe handle. We found a stone scraper. We found some pretty cool stuff in there. So it's always pretty cool what you'll find on these sites with older buildings like that. The plan is, the Bobcat has a feature called float on it. What the float is it disengages the hydraulics, but it keeps the arm and everything going. That's what it is, pretty much. In a nutshell, that's what the float feature is on one of these skid steers. All skid steers have it. Some just have it a different way than others. Now, I know you guys are probably going to end up throwing fits over me being barefoot here, but what I'm doing is, as you can see, I'm raking up the sod layer. The layer that... There's two types of soil when it comes to a job site. There's organic soil, organic matter you could call it, and there's the sod layer. The sod layer really doesn't have much nutrients in it, because most of the nutrients it has in it is already used for the sod, but the dirt down below it has some characteristics to it still. The only problem with it is most of the time it's full of rocks, and that's the problem that I had here. And I was trying to get most of the rocks out of there that I could, because I didn't want to mow over them. And also I'm trying to get the sod layer out of there so I don't have weeds grow around, so I don't have as many weeds grow. And it also flattens it out, makes it look a lot better. Now, if I was to use the float feature on the Bobcat, they'd probably do a much better job of flattening it out, you know, but this seemed to work just fine the way I was doing it now. We'll grab the Bobcat and we'll go after it. What the plan is here is I'm going to rake that sod into the bucket, and there's more out and around there that I'm going to end up finding too. Doing this takes a lot of patience most of the time. Sometimes it's patience I don't have.
I've been in the darkness for 40 days.
So right here is where that float feature I was talking about that Bobcat has comes in handy. As you can see, I'm flattening this part of this dirt down where I had the pile at. As you can see, it does a pretty good job But the only problem is it just leaves those ruts right there like that, as you could see. So what I'm gonna do now, keep in mind my truck's only a four-wheel drive. It's actually two-wheel drive. There's also that wet spot right there that I haven't messed with yet because that's still wet. So the reason for that is that's wet because when they were putting the water in the pool, they accidentally overfilled it, and so all the excess water just started draining out all over the place from the skimmer. So that's where that's all from. And as you can see here, I'm going over it with the truck. I'm going back over my trails. Where I already started, I kind of go back over it and then just kind of repeat. As you can see, there's not really much to talk about here, so I guess this is where I'm going to go silent.
It's working. You didn't like the other way, so this is how I'm gonna do it.
Afraid I would follow the road. Yeah, afraid of the things I've been told. So can you help me out? Can you help me out?
Okay, you guys, it is the next day. As you can see, we've got this swimming pool put up. Now, what we need to do, and what I plan on doing with that pile of dirt over there, is we're going to take it and we're going to fill this, we're going to backfill this right here. This is what they dug around to get the pool in, and they didn't go very far from the house, which I was really hoping not to hit the house, but we didn't, so that's good. So, right now, the plan is we're going to fill this in. I also want to do something about this ladder because, as you can see, this is not exactly sturdy, too sturdy, but it seems to do all right. Here's what we were doing last night, our landscaping. Then also this over here. This was all wet, so we really couldn't do much with it. And it seems to have dried up a little bit, not a lot, but just enough. So trying to decide what I want to do, whether I just want to go grab the tractor and the little wagon and fill it in with that, or put some dirt in the back of the truck and drive it over here and use that. That's kind of where I'm at right now, so we'll find out here in a bit. Well, there you guys go. I hope you were happy with what you guys got to see. Unfortunately, they wouldn't let me film them. They didn't want me to film them while they were doing the pool. I did ask for permission before I went out there and decided to film. I didn't go out there and film while they were doing it because they asked me not to, so I didn't. But as you can see, we did get the area filled in around the pool. If we'd have went a little bit deeper, we'd have an in-ground pool. A few things, a disclaimer, when you guys install pools, if you install your own pool, they're going to have you fill in around it yourself. Don't try what I did. Don't try what we did. What we did was we took the tractor and we pushed the dirt in. They said not to dump the dirt at the pool, just in case if there's rocks and stuff in there, it might put a hole in the side of the pool. But we checked the dirt before we brought it over here, and I didn't find any. We pulled the rocks out that we found, but that was mainly it. It was just pea gravel. Everything else. Over here it is still kind of low to the pool, but it should be okay. I'm thinking of making some kind of cover to put over the pump, the motor right here, so it don't get water in it. I wish there was blocks under there to push it up so the water would go away from it, not towards it, because the way it's sitting, the water goes towards the motor if it goes down there. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. Right there's the pressure that it's at right now. 10 and 20 are safe. If it gets up to 30, that's when you want to check it. So then here's our skimmer, as you can see. I did not film filling it either. I think the skimmer's in upside down. I might have to fix that later. So I filmed what I could. Unfortunately, I couldn't film putting the pool up. I'm sure you all would have liked to see that. I have never seen a video on YouTube of them installing a pool. I've seen pool demolitions, but I've never seen someone install a pool. Nor have I seen them do what I did, or similar to what I did. So I thought I'd bring you guys along for our little journey. So yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I really hope it met you guys' expectations on what you wanted to see. I'm sure you wanted to see them put it up, and I did put pictures of it. So I have not went swimming yet. I was in it yesterday, but I had to put a sandbag on the bottom of that staircase, which really sucked because it was pretty cold. So I think that's about it for this. Over time, the dirt here, we didn't pack it down except for right there. Over time, it is going to pack down from the weather. It'll pack down, and then it'll end up needing more dirt, or erosion will happen and it'll push more dirt in, and it should level itself out and we won't have to mess with it. So that's the deal right now. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Next video hopefully will be a tractor video. We got a new toy to play with. You guys have seen it before, but now we can actually mess with it, so stay tuned. Don't try this at home. This is for entertainment purposes only. You guys want to see it again?